Sorry, y'all, I'm late again. Let me go on and let this thing load up. Had a lot going on today. Whole bunch. Oh, man, hold on. No, not that. Let me go and let it load up so I can get into this topic that I wanted to talk about as far as forgiving somebody and forgiving yourself. That is like one of the biggest, hardest things that people have to deal with. But it's a part of life. It's something we have to go through constantly. And I believe, because I read a lot like I tell people all the time, the only way to forgive somebody is to forgive yourself first. Reason being, a lot of people say, what do I need to forgive myself for when people have betrayed me? I gave them my trust. I gave them my loyalty. I gave them everything. Family, friends, relationships, anything. Everybody always asks, why do I have to forgive myself? I'm going to tell you why you got to forgive yourself. Everybody in life have standards. They have what they will tolerate and what they won't tolerate. That's your protection. That's you. That's what you believe in. That's how you believe life is supposed to be lived. And that's how you want it. But what happens is over time, we get into these relationships, we deal with these family members, and we break them. We break our own trust in ourselves. We become insecure. We become depressed. We become everything that everybody wants us to become. The reason why you got to forgive yourself is because you've already betrayed yourself. And everybody be like, how did I betray myself? Okay, let me tell you how. When you got that cousin or that brother or that sister, you help them one time, they screw you over. Now you sitting there like, I shouldn't have done this. You mad, everything, pissed off. But you go right back and you help them again. And then they do it again. Then you go right back and you do it again. You're betraying yourself. Nothing in life can happen to you unless you allow it. Nobody can hurt you unless you allow them to. Same as in a relationship. I was talking to a chick last night. She said, how did I betray myself? I was faithful to this man. I did everything I could for this man. For when? Like I just said a few minutes ago. Everybody got standards in life. What they will accept and what they won't accept. I asked her, the first time you caught this man cheating, what did you do? I forgave him. Okay. You forgave him. That's cool. But at the same time, before you forgave him, before you caught him, you already had them red flags up knowing that he was doing something. He was hiding his phone, red flag. You couldn't go through his phone, red flag. He wouldn't post you on his Facebook, red flag. See how you portraying yourself? Oh, well, maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just too nosy. Maybe I'm just this. Maybe I'm just that. No. Your standards is sitting right there telling you that you're in a situation that you don't deserve. And how you portray yourself is you stay there. Now, to forgive a person, that doesn't mean you have to be bothered with them. Everybody believes just because I forgave this person, I got to still be cool with them, or I did not forgive them. Where does it say that at? It ain't in the Bible. It ain't in the worldly books I read. If I forgive you, I forgave you for what you did. Nobody's perfect. But that doesn't mean I have to still deal with you, and that's what people fail to realize. They believe just because they forgave a person, they got to still deal with them. No. Or that shows that you're hated. You got some type of hatred towards them. No, they betrayed you. And when you continue to deal with that person, you are betraying yourself. The thing that makes me mad the most is when somebody's betrayed in a relationship or a family member, friendship, anything. They always ask the dumbest question I've ever heard. What is wrong with me? Why do people do this to me? Why do I allow, and key word that they miss is they say this, why do I allow these people to keep coming around me? Let's think about what you just said. Why do I allow these people to keep coming around me? You're doing it to yourself. You're betraying yourself. You seeing the red flags. You seeing what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life, and you're still allowing it. Now you're pointing the finger at them. But in reality, if you could use a person, treat them bad, and they'll give you whatever you want. Treat them good, they still give you whatever you want. You're going to be like, why would I treat them good when I could just treat them like anything and still get what I want? That's everybody. And a lot of people say, I wouldn't be that person, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. So, I had told her this. I said, you got to forgive yourself, because for one, when you betrayed yourself, when you had them red flags, you knew that's something you didn't want, but you stayed, so you betrayed yourself. When you couldn't go through his phone, you betrayed yourself. You don't want a man that you can't comfortably go through phone and be like, okay, I'm good. That's your comfort zone. When you go back to that family member who done screwed you over several times, you're betraying yourself. Oh, I think he would change. I think my cousin, we blood. What does blood mean anymore? Really think about that. You got friends that heard is cooler and down for you more than some of your family. So what is family? So when you done been betrayed, you got this little fantasy in your head that I got to keep dealing with this person. And the biggest excuse that I hate, and people use love as an excuse, I stayed because I loved them. Let me say that one more. Let me take a look. I stayed because I loved him, or I loved her. Or that's my blood. I gotta love my blood. Who said that? Who said that? Who said you got to? Ain't nobody told you got to do nothing. See, it's like I tell people, that's why I read books. You've been programmed since birth. You didn't pick your first name. You didn't pick your middle or your last name. It's your life. So betraying yourself is to continue to allow these people to do these things to you. So you got to forgive yourself first. Otherwise, if you tell this person you forgive them and you haven't forgiven yourself, you're betraying yourself again because you're lying. It could be a month from now, you're going to bring up that situation. It could be 5 years from now, you're going to bring up that situation. It could be 20 years from now, you're going to bring up that situation. You know why? Because you haven't really forgave them, because you haven't forgave yourself. Now, how to forgive yourself? Life is a learning process. That's all it is. We're going to go through our bumpy roads. We're going to go through our ups and downs. We're going to make our mistakes. That's what makes us better. Everybody heard the saying about the diamond has to go through a coal. The coal is cold first. It's ugly. It has to go through all this pressure before it becomes beautiful, perfect. So in this time, while you're dealing with this type of stuff, you have to understand this. You're growing. You're learning. Hey, I had this in my life. I don't want that. So to forgive yourself, you got to look back at the old you. When you was in that situation, you were not happy. When you was helping those people, you honestly, truly wasn't happy because you felt like you was being screwed. So you got to take everything you learned in life of dealing with these type of people and forgive yourself, knowing that you betrayed yourself at some point because you didn't know better. You can't hate yourself for not knowing better. That's like a kid hating himself because he don't know how to write. But then when he learns how to write, he gets happy. Then he look back and be like, man, I could have did this a long time ago. So you got to get to know yourself. You got to learn through these situations so you can forgive yourself. I sit back and dealt with people who betrayed me all the time, and I kept friends. I stayed friends with them, and I always thought something was wrong with me. Do you not understand that some people don't love themselves? It's a lot of people in this world who do not care or love themselves at all. So when they do these type of things to you, there's nothing wrong with you. It's something wrong with them. Listen to what you're saying. I gave him this. I did this for him. I did that for family. I did this for fam. And fam still betrayed me. The reason why fam still betrayed you is because fam don't care. And half of them don't care about themselves. Look at how they carry themselves and what they do with themselves and what they're putting into their life. They don't care. So it's never nothing wrong with you. It's something wrong with that person. If you know you've been authentic and gave 100% in any situation you've been in, friendship, relationship, family members, and they still salty and sour like they are, there's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with them. That's like a man coming to give you $1 million and you screw him over. But he tell you, hey, I gave you $1 million, but I can get you $2 million. Then you turn around and you screw him over on that $1 million. Come on, let's really think about this. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's really think about this. You got somebody doing good for you and you screwing them over. Is something wrong with that person that you screwing over? No, it's something wrong with you, fool. There's people who sit around and be like, yeah, I kick it with them because they're dumb. They'll do anything I want them to do. That's because they have respect for you. So if you're using that person, you the dummy, not them, because you're dependent on them. They don't have to depend on you. That's why they can do what they're doing. So to forgive yourself, you got to look at the old you and you got to say, hey, this is what I've been through. I'm not going through that no more. Yeah, I allowed this to happen. Yeah, I'm ashamed of this. Yeah, I'm embarrassed of this. But that was the old me. The new me is not going to allow none of that. And then in the next chapter in life, you're going to know how to handle that situation when you come across that. And keep maneuvering. Nope, don't want these people here. Don't want those people there. Then your life will become happy. Because now you forgave yourself for accepting the stuff you've been through. Once you accept that, I didn't know no better. I was in love. I was lost. I was hurt. I forgive me because I love me. I don't know how I put myself through that. But at the same time, I made it through. That's the forgiveness when you know you made it through. So then when you look at that person, it's easy to be like, hey, you know what? You did what you did, and that's cool. But at the same time, I forgive you. Now, a different podcast I'm going to do is how to forgive somebody. You know what I mean? Because people got it all twisted. But that's a different topic, different subject. Forgive yourself first. Look back at all the wrong that people have done to you that you allowed. Key word, you allowed, because they couldn't have done it unless you allowed them. And forgive yourself. And tell yourself every day, I would never put myself in that situation again. I would never betray myself when I know what I stand for and what I believe in and what I want in my life. I heard pastors say all the time, if you believe anything, then you're nothing. So don't feel bad because this person did it to you. Don't feel bad because this person betrayed a good person. That's stupid. Just know in your mind, I would never put myself in that situation again. I didn't know no better. Sad part is you did. You just wasn't strong enough to deal with that situation. Now you stronger. So everything you go through in life is going to make you stronger. So I forgive people who done wrong to me because now I'm a stronger person because of what you've done. Now I'm a wiser person because of what you've done. Now when I have more kids, I can teach them, hey, this is the people who not to be around and this is the people to be around and this is why. So once you forgive yourself and you say, you know what, Corey? Yeah, she dogged you. Yeah, your bro screwed you over. But you ain't know no better. So you know what? Hey, how I forgive myself for all the situations I've been through? I knew I didn't know better. I knew my intentions was good. I knew that I gave 100% in everything I did. Friendship, family, or relationship. I know I gave 100. And if that wasn't good enough, that's cool. Because now you got to settle for less. That person, that family member, whoever, they got to settle for less. So I'm cool with that. But then I'm learning. Hey, people do this to you. People do that to you. So now I'm not betraying myself. I'm protecting myself. Now when I see those red flags, oh, nope, been down that road, ain't going that way. Oh, you need to borrow some money? Oh, you ain't legit with paying stuff back. Nope. Oh, I need to talk to you about something? Oh, you can't hold water. I'm good. So when I forgive me, it's easy for me to look at the person who did me wrong and forgive them. Because they actually gave me something. They gave me a peace of mind. They gave me wisdom. They gave me knowledge. They made me stronger. And people never get that. Hatred in your heart is nothing. Because when you start to hate them, you start to hate yourself. Whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. So like I said, forgive yourself first. If you got dogged by a woman, sit back and be like, you know what? She got me, bro. I don't know how I was that stupid. I don't know how. Then start to love yourself. Then start to understand yourself. Then look back on what you stand for and practice that every day. Practice, 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 practice. I won't deal with this type of woman. I won't deal with this type of person. Family member done screwed you over a couple of times. Now you starting to wake up to realize that our family is not family. Just because they got your blood, that don't mean nothing. Cain killed his brother. That should have told you something. That was the beginning of time. Friendship, come on now. Don't make me go there. I grew up popular. I got millions of people I talk to. But I have a few friends. Because betrayal is easy when you allow it. And everybody talk about this whole circle thing. I don't believe in a circle. I don't believe in a box. I don't believe in a triangle. I don't believe in nothing that. I believe this is who I kick it with. This is who I'm real with. This is who I don't deal with. So I'm going to let y'all go. I'm Corey Checkmate Palmer. Please do leave comments. And I pray and hope that you learned something from this. Because I'm teaching you this while I'm teaching myself. They say the only way you really teach somebody is when you're telling somebody something and you actually learn it yourself. I done been betrayed a lot. I done had to sit back and give a lot of forgiveness. And I've given my heart to dang near anybody who knows me on here. I've always been that good person. Now, we all got our own selfish ways, but that's when you change and you grow. Like I always say, put God first, put you second, put everybody else behind you. God comes first, and then it's your life. Then it's everybody else. You came in here by yourself, you're going to leave by yourself. Love yourself. Put them standards there. Stand to and stick to what you stand on. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. Please leave comments. Tune in. It will be on the YouTube channel later. Peace and happiness.